Hello children, I welcome you all to this English video session. In this session, we are going to learn about the poem The Comet. Unit 6, poem The Comet, written by Norman Littleford. The poem is divided into 6 stanzas with 4 lines each. Hence, each stanza is known as a quatrain. A quatrain means a stanza of 4 lines. In this poem, first 3 stanzas are memory poem. Okay children, come let's get into the poem. What are comets? Comets are small celestial bodies. Scientists cannot seem to agree on whether comets are dirty snowballs or snowy dead balls because of the mixture of ice, gas and dust that they comprise of. They are different from asteroids because they are huge balls of ice and gas. Comets are said to originate from the Oort cloud, a group of icy bodies in the outer solar system. They have remained largely unchanged since they formed, which is why scientists are very fascinated with them and the ancient material they carry. Comet sightings have been recorded since ancient times. They would appear from nowhere and disappear just as mysteriously in addition to their distinct shape and tail. In ancient cultures, comet sightings were considered bad omens, such as the death of nobility, famine, or attacks from the heavenly realm. Parts of a comet. The solid ball of a comet is known as the nucleus or core. It mostly consists of ice, dust, and dark organic matter. The ice is mostly frozen water but can also be methane, ammonia, or carbon dioxide. When a comet nears the sun, the frozen parts of the comet begin to turn to gas. The gas forms a cloud around the nucleus that is known as a coma. Often, this cloud is filled with hydrogen and is then referred to as the hydrogen cloud. Radiation from the sun also charges the dust particles of the comet, causing it to scatter over 10 million kilometers. This dust trail is the most prominent part of the comet seen to the naked eye. Comets can take anywhere from several decades to a few hundred years to complete one orbit around the sun. When it is close to the sun, it is known as a perihelion, and the opposite is called as aphelion. Since the Earth is relatively close to the sun, we see it during its perihelion. Many comets have been sighted throughout the history. Poem, topic of the poem The Comet, written by Norman Littleford. Now let's see about the poem. Norman Littleford was born on 80th May 1889 and died on 20th May 1947. He was an American poet born in Maryland, USA. Most of his works focused on life and nature. His poems are simple but deep in thought and provoke the readers to absorb the ideas beyond the usual. Okay, children, this poem Comet describes the journey of the comet as it passes through the sky. Okay, then here, children, do you know what are comets? A comet is icy, small solar system of the body. How does a comet look like? Do you know what happens when it passes to the sun? Comets gets close to the sun, it forms and begins release gases that are seen in rare occasion from the earth. So this poem Comet is divided into 6 stanzas with 4 lines each. Okay, let's get into the poem. Rampaging through the heavens, never stopping day or night. A spectacle of a lifetime, a comet in full flight. So here, each stanza is known as a quatrain. Quatrain means a stanza of 4 lines. Okay. So here in the first stanza, the poet says that he talks about a comet in full flight. A comet is a celestial object made up of ice and dust. It moves violently in space without stopping day and night. And the comet goes through an area making lot of damage. It never takes a break either it is day or night. The poet spectacles its departure from somewhere in heaven and talks about its continuous journey. Okay, then moving on to the next stanza. Faster than a cheetah with a trail that's miles long, bigger than a mountain, so powerful and strong. So here in this stanza, the poet compares the speed of the cheetah. It is faster than a cheetah, stronger than a mountain, and has a tail that runs for millions of miles. The speaker also talks about how a tail appears on a comet. And moving on to the third stanza, the outer ice is melting, causing vapor from the force, and leaves a trail behind it as it travels on its course. So here in third stanza, a comet gets its tail when it gets closer to the sun in its orbit. The heat begins to melt the ice, creating vapor around the comet. When the melting of the ice in the outer surface of the comet results as formation of the trail on its way. Then moving on to the fourth stanza, if one should come too close to the earth, the atmosphere will shake, with a shock wave reaching to the ground, causing the land to quake. So here, the speaker also warns us that a comet can pose a danger to Earth if it gets too close to its surface. The shock wave from the comet can lead to earthquakes and other natural disasters. Then moving on to the fifth stanza, scientists say the chemicals in the dust they leave behind could have started life on the earth, which resulted in mankind. So here in this stanza, scientists believe that the chemicals left behind by the comet, it has also been said that a comet was behind the creation of life on earth. Then moving on to the last stanza, sixth stanza. I cannot say if this is true, I do not have the right. But I have no better spectacle that a comet is full flight. So here in this last stanza, the poet is not sure if that is true. He concludes the poem Comet is the best spectacular sight ever seen in his life. Okay. The next we can see the first three stanza of the poem or memory lines. Okay, in this poem, first three stanza are memory lines. Let's learn the poem line by line. Rampaging through the heavens, never stopping day or night. A spectacle of a lifetime, a comet is full flight. Faster than a cheetah, with a trail that smiles long, bigger than a mountain, so powerful and strong. The outer ice is melting, causing vapor from the force, and leaves a trail behind it as it travels on its course. The next, moving on to the poetic devices, rhyming words and rhyming scheme. So in the first stanza, the rhyming words is night, flight. And the rhyming scheme used here is A, B, C, B. And in the second stanza, the rhyming words are long, strong. And the rhyming scheme used here is A, B, C, B. And in the third stanza, the rhyming words are force, course, and the rhyming scheme used here is A, B, C, B. And in the fourth stanza, the rhyming words are shake, quack. And the rhyming scheme used here is A, B, C, B. And in the fifth stanza, rhyming words are behind, mankind. And the rhyming scheme used here is A, B, C, B. And the last stanza, the rhyming words are right, flight. And the rhyming scheme used here is A, B, C, B. The next, moving on to the alliteration words. What is alliteration? Alliteration means repetition of the first letter of words in the same line. For example, in the first stanza of the poem, you can see the fourth line, a comet in full flight. you can see the repetition of the first letter of the word, full flight. Then in the fifth stanza, you can see the first line, scientists say the chemicals. The first letter of the word begins with S, scientist, S, say. So these are the alliteration words. Children, I hope you all would have understood the poem. Thank you, students.